Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking to you all about everything that I made in May. I can't believe that we're already at the end of May. It seems crazy that we've already been in lockdown for like 11 weeks and the days seem to be going by quite slowly, but at the same time they're whizzing by and I can't quite work out time at the moment. So yeah, at the end of May, it's going to be June on Monday, and I didn't feel like I made a lot this month, but I've made a few things and I thought I'd share them with you anyway. So I've got 4 makes to show you, 1 disaster and then 1 non-clothing make to show you. So yeah, I didn't do too badly in all of that. It's been a bit of a funny month. We've had funny in a nice way. We've had some birthdays, we've done a bit of decorating around the house and some different things going on. So yeah, been a bit of a busy month really. So without further ado, I will get started, and first of all I'll show you what I'm wearing. So I'll just stand up. So these are the Tilly and the Buttons Sapphire trousers from the Make It Simple book, and I made these from a Stuff and Still viscose that I picked up at the Knitting and Stitching show back in October, and I love these trousers. I think what I'm wearing at the moment is probably the most comfortable outfit ever. It's definitely secret pyjamas. So these are from the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book, which I'm sure you've all seen and all heard of, but if you haven't then I'll link it down below. And these are the Sapphire trousers. So I knew that I wanted these trousers to be culotte length rather than the length they are in the book, because I just felt they'd be a bit more flattering at that length on me anyway. And I think what I did was cut off about 12 centimetres from the bottom. So basically I just didn't add on the bottom leg piece of the pattern. The pattern pieces that you trace out are actually in bits, and then you trace one bit and then you find the other piece on the pattern and then you add on like the piece of leg to make a full leg kind of thing. And I just didn't add on the end bit of the leg because I knew that that would be fine for me, fine for the length that I wanted. Very professional. That's just tends to be how I do things. I just kind of wing them a bit. So yeah, I just didn't add on the bottom part of the leg pattern and that works out okay. I turned up about a 2 centimetre hem on them, and they finish. Shall I stand on the chair? I'll try and put a photo in as well. They finish kind of mid calf, which is perfect. That's just what I wanted really. They are a little bit big around the waist. I probably could have taken the elastic in a little bit more, but yeah, for these trousers, for these pair, they're fine really. And I really like them. They're so comfortable, and I think I would definitely get a lot of wear out of those, especially with a lovely comfy t-shirt like this. It's just a really comfy, cool outfit for summer. So I'm really pleased with those. I'll definitely be making more. Actually, nearly every make I'm going to show you today is a Tilly and the Buttons make, so I've obviously been on a Tilly and the Buttons phase this month. So the next make is also another Tilly and the Buttons make, and this is the Cocoa dress. But basically it's a standard Cocoa dress with a 3/4 length sleeve, and I made this from a Ponte Roma fabric jersey that I got from Sew Over It quite a while ago when they were still selling fabrics. And it's a really nice kind of mustard colour, and I'd had this for a while and I didn't really know what to make from it, and the more I looked at it the more I kind of thought I wasn't sure if it was going to suit me. It's quite a dull mustard colour, so I wanted to make something quite simple just in case I didn't end up wearing it very much. So I went for the Cocoa dress because I thought that would just be a good thing to have in my wardrobe for kind of autumn winter. So when I make the Cocoa pattern, I actually take it in a bit at the sides, because I find that it's a bit too A-line for me. So I grade in from the waist about 2 centimetres from where it fits at the waist and down to the hemline, and it just takes it in that little bit more, so it's not quite as A-line as it is on the pattern. And then I shorten them as well because I prefer them as a tunic length, so I think I took off about 10 centimetres, quite a lot actually, because I prefer them, because I wear them with leggings and sort of thick tights. I like them to be quite short.
Yeah.
I really like that, and I'm pleased that I went for a cocoa in the end because it's quite a well, it's quite a strong mustardy kind of colour, and I didn't really want to go for anything too fussy, so I'm pleased that I went for just a basic kind of dress with that. Okay, so on to something that you've probably already seen, but I did make it in May, so I wanted to include it in this video as well, and that is my Sapphire wrap playsuit, the shorts version. And I absolutely love this. This is definitely my favourite make of the month. So I won't talk too much about this because I've already posted a whole video on that, and it's a sew along video, so you can see me sewing it if you want to, and I'll link it down below. But I had quite a lot of questions about this fabric after I posted pictures of it on Instagram, and it's from Stuff and Still again. I'm on a bit of a Stuff and Still obsession at the moment. I love their fabrics, and it's back in stock now. I couldn't find it at first. I found it now, so I'll link it down below so that you can go and have a look if you did like that fabric. It's from the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book again, and it's the Sapphire wrap playsuit, and I didn't make any changes to that. I made it in a straight size 2. Yeah, absolutely love it, and I'll insert a picture here. Okay, so continuing with the playsuit jumpsuit theme, I made another Sapphire make. This is the culotte length playsuit that I made using the Sapphire playsuit pattern from the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book again, the one that I've just showed you. So basically I kept the top exactly as it was, and I used the shorts pattern, but I extended the length down to the length of my Sapphire trousers that I'm wearing at the moment, just so that it ended at kind of mid-calf length, and that worked fine. The trousers are quite wide. I wasn't sure whether I could have just used the Sapphire trousers as they were and just attached them to the top, but when I put the pattern pieces together there was quite a lot more waist to the shorts, because obviously on a playsuit the top's quite high, isn't it, and then you've got quite a high waist to add in the waistbands and everything. So I'm not sure if I could have used the Sapphire trouser pattern as it was, but I decided to just use the shorts pattern and extend it, and I basically just drew that straight onto the fabric. I didn't draw myself another pattern piece or anything because I didn't really think it was worth it. But yeah, on a bit of a playsuit jumpsuit theme at the moment, but I just find them really comfortable to wear in the summer. I absolutely love them. I've just come upstairs to my ensuite bathroom where the full length mirror is to just show you the culotte length playsuit on, because if I do it downstairs where I was recording I won't really be able to show you the length unless I kind of stand on the chair. So here it is. It's got the same wrap front as the shorts playsuit, and then I've added on the lengthened shorts to the bottom. They're kind of wide, but I quite like that. And then the sleeves, I like these sleeves. They're kind of like a flutter sleeve almost when they're like this, but they do stick out a little bit more than my playsuit ones, and I think that's just because of the fabric. The fabric's from John Lewis, so it's quite old, so I can't link it or anything, but it's sort of like a peach skin kind of crepe. I do love the Sapphire pattern, as you can tell. I think I'll be making a few more pairs of these trousers. Okay, so I'm now going to talk to you about a bit of a disaster that I've had. I wasn't going to include this because I thought, what's the point? It was just a big old disaster. But then I thought, well, I made it in May, it was a make, and I should talk about it really, because not everything goes perfectly, and you know, we need to learn from these things. So this is a Minetta dress that I made from this jersey, because I was trying to use up all of my fabrics in my stash. I had this jersey that I bought in the sale quite a while ago, and it's one of those jerseys that's not got hardly any stretch in it. It's almost like a cotton, but it is a knit, and I didn't know what to do with it, and I thought I'll just make a really simple quick Minetta dress with it, and not really thinking about the kind of fabric it was and the kind of stretch that I needed in the Minetta dress. I just went ahead and I quickly cut it out. I didn't bother to match the stripes or anything, and it's a disaster basically. It doesn't, because there's no stretch in the fabric, it doesn't give at the waist, so I can't get it on myself unless I absolutely kind of become a contortionist and dislocate my shoulder to get into it. I can get it on. I did put it on just to see if I could, but it's not going to be a comfortable make or comfortable wear even, so that is a bit of a disaster. It's a shame really, because I think if it had worked it would have been quite nice, because I kind of did the contrasting stripes, so the like horizontal and vertical stripes in the dress and the bodice, and if it was just a little bit more stretchy it would have been really nice, but I just wasn't really thinking when I cut that out about the kind of stretch you needed in that dress and how tight the bodice is without that stretch, and that's just going to have to go in the fabric recycling I think, which is a bit of a shame, but that will teach me for not thinking about stretch and the type of fabric that I need to use for a certain pattern. Okay, so lastly what I have to show you is something that's not a dressmaking project, but it's just something that I decided to make. These are the circus animals from the Tilda Studio book, and I made the giraffe. Here she is in her pretty dress, and I'll show you the elephant as well. I didn't actually make this month, I've made that quite a while ago, but I really enjoyed making these. I think one day I just fancied doing something that was kind of delicate and that I could just kind of sit and do, and that was really pretty, and yeah, I really like doing these. They are a bit fiddly because, a bit of cotton, you have to kind of trace out the patterns and then trace them onto your material, and then when you stuff them you actually cut a hole in the arms and legs, and then you stuff them and sew them back up. It's a bit of a strange pattern, but it does work. They are quite fiddly when it comes to things like the little horns and the ears, because they're so tiny and you have to sew them on by hand obviously. But sometimes I just feel like having a project like that, I find it quite therapeutic, and I just kind of sewed all the bits together and then I sat in front of the TV and stuffed them, and yeah, it was a really nice little project. So the book I made it from was this one, it's Tilda Studio, and there's loads of these little dollies that you can make, which I've never made actually. They seem a little bit too on the fiddly side for me, but this is the little giraffe that I made. And you can make a bigger size of the giraffe and elephant as well, but I just went for the small one. So yeah, they both got little outfits on, and I really like the elephant's little romper, and it was such a nice little project to make that. Just kind of choosing what fabrics went with what and doing it in such a tiny way, I think it's really cute. And these are obviously for my daughter, and she's got them in her bedroom, just on her shelf, and I think they're really pretty. Okay, so that's everything that I made in May. I feel like it's been a bit of a waffly, strange, unorganised video, but I thought I would film it anyway just so that you can see what I have been making this month. I've got quite a lot planned for June. I don't know how much of it I'll get done. I've also got some home projects that I need to get done. I need to remake my daughter's blinds in her bedroom because she basically needs blackout blinds. I also have makes planned for all of the fabrics that I talked about in my fabric haul video, and I'm looking forward to getting on with those too. So okay, I think that's it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video if you've enjoyed it, and I'll look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye!